It was foretold that when the smoke rises from the seven rings, the pink fish will emerge from the sea, devouring all the creatures of the land. And this has indeed come to pass with Splatoon 3's first big run. And boy, what an event it was. During Splatoon 1 and 2, the only big events that happened were Splatfests. Salmon Run back then was sort of thrown by the wayside. The only real interesting thing that could happen was getting a wildcard rotation with all Grizzco weapons. But since Splatoon 3 is Salmon Run the game, we've got something much more special. An event that I have been unintentionally training for since 2017. The one, the only, Big Run. Now, cynics will say it's not all that different from a normal Salmon Run rotation. The only real gimmick is that it's a regular multiplayer stage, this time being Wahoo World. I really don't know why that took them a whole season to put into the game. Regardless, a little presentation goes a long way. When I loaded up the game, Splatsville had an extremely tense atmosphere. Big Run is supposed to be a near-apocalyptic event. Gone are the normal sounds of the city, with only the sounds of helicopters flying overhead. The whole town also has an eerie red glow. Grizzco is also at red alert. Shit is clearly going down. It's your job to protect the city and drive back the Salmonid menace. I love this kind of atmosphere. The first thing that it reminds me of is Half-Life 2 Episode 1, which also had a sense of impending doom. I like near-apocalypses much more than actual apocalypses. Normally, Salmon Run shifts start with a helicopter ride with some upbeat music, but Big Run lacks that music. It feels infinitely creepier that way. While often music can be used to set the proper mood, sometimes the absence of music is the right choice. But once a shift gets going, the pressure is on. Despite it being ostensibly just another round of Salmon Run, the presentation really ups the stress level. Now this is where intense music is the right choice. You know, I used to play Salmon Run just to relax. Well, not this time, I guess. I can't wait to have PTSD the next time I play a regular match on Wahoo World. The pressure also comes from the fact that Big Run is a competition. You're given a trophy and a fancy badge depending on your team's highest egg collection score. You're compared globally across all other high scores. I thought this was a great idea. I've always wanted a competitive Salmon Run. I managed to reach 133 eggs as my top score. Unfortunately for me, the Japanese just had to get their scores in the 200s. So I took home the silver trophy as being in the top 20%. I was only 4 eggs off of being in the top 5%, however. Am I better? Yes. But I did try my absolute best. Sometimes I was getting about 50 eggs all by myself. Frankly, there's a lot of luck involved. For one thing, you need the right weapons given to you. The Grizzco blaster was randomly handed out. That weapon's so broken that my team had to disconnect, but we still beat Kohozuna because we had 3 of them. High Tide is also when you can get the most eggs, since nothing is spread out. But that also means it's the hardest kind of wave. And of course, you need a crew who knows what they're doing, which can be dicey sometimes. I'm sure a lot of people want to make it easier to get the gold next time. But not me. The difficulty is what makes the trophy worthwhile. If I could easily get it, would it really be worth anything? So my goal is to get gold by the end of Splatoon 3's lifespan. Hopefully it's next time. We'll see. So in conclusion, I love Big Run. My only criticism is that I think Kohozuna encounters should happen more frequently. Maybe they should double the rate, let's say. Now if only we didn't have to keep doing those smelly old Splatfests. I'd love to do this every month instead. Oh well.